Today I'll be doing my presentation on Tyrosinemia type 1 human genetic disorder. What is Tyrosinemia type 1? Tyrosinemia is described as a genetic disorder that disrupts the process that breaks down the amino acid tyrosine. The amino acid tyrosine is the building block for most proteins. To give a little bit of history of tyrosinemia, there are 3 types of tyrosinemia, and they differentiate based on their genetic cause and symptoms. Type 1 is the most severe. Its prevalence. The prevalence has been estimated to be 1 in 100,000 to 120,000 in the world. It's a little different in Quebec, Canada. Quebec says that its estimate prevalence is 1 in every 16,000. Responsible gene and chromosomal location. So the responsible gene is caused by a mutation in the FAH, and its location is chromosome 15. Mode of inheritance. Tyrosinemia is inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern. Okay, some of the physical effects. Physical effects of tyrosinemia type 1 starts at an early stages of life. In afflicted infants, the disorder prevents them from weight gain, and growth rate is failure to thrive. Due to poor food intolerance because of inability to break down high protein foods, it leads to diarrhea and vomiting. Infants afflicted may appear yellow in skin and white eyes. Some other physical effects are they also have a cabbage odor, increased tendency to bleed. Long-term effects are possible, like liver and kidney failure, and weak and softened bones. So the FAH is what's described as the protein that is being mutated when someone is affected by tyrosinemia. I mentioned that earlier in the presentation. Well, for the normal functioning protein, which is FAH, it's abundant in the liver and kidneys, and smaller amounts are found in many tissues throughout the body. So when it is impacted, when FAH has been impacted by mutation, it triggers different functions. So for example, FAH, it reduces the enzyme stability and increase its aggregation rate. And to give just an example scenario for offsprings. So if one of the parents was afflicted but the other one is a carrier, I did a Punnett square where you can see the top is the affected parent and the side is the carrier parent. When you do the Punnett square, you get a 50-50 ratio. So the above Punnett square shows that there is a 50% possibility their offsprings would be carriers, and it also shows that there's another 50% possibility that their offsprings would be afflicted by the genetic order. So this wraps up my presentation on tyrosinemia. I hope it was good, and thank you for your time.